Alright guys, so before I start the video, and it's obviously going to be dark when I do that, I wanted to show the truck off a little bit for anyone new. This is a 3-inch leveling kit with no blocks in the back. So obviously when the truck comes stock, it's sitting pretty nose down, and they have the lights, aimed up so that they're flush or whatever. So obviously when you bring the front up 3 inches and you drop in the back down 1, obviously the lights are shining way wrong, and I can't believe it's taken me this long to fix it because it's so annoying getting bright lighted everywhere. But I'm just now getting it fixed, or I'm going to. But yeah, so obviously this is, if you're watching this, you're needing to fix it well, and it's insanely easy. I finally looked it up, and it's just pathetic how easy it is to adjust these things, and it's just sad that it's taken me this long to do it. So definitely, if you have a screwdriver, this is an easy thing, and you should have done it day one. So I just wanted to go over the truck real quick before we get home and get to working on it. So it's not fully dark, but I just wanted to show the lights real quick. They're way too high. So brights are literally up in the trees. Low beams are kind of like at sign level, and just fog lights are honestly good enough to be headlights. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And honestly, a couple times I've ran just fog lights just to keep people from bright lighting me. Alright, so we got the truck pretty level, as flat as it can be. I mean, the truck's not level itself, it's on pretty flat ground up on the garage. So there's the 2 projectors where they aim, but all it is that little screw right there, and then 1 right there. That's as easy as can be. So I'm going to take this tape and go ahead and mark just where the factory was, just to see how far we come down, even though I'll be doing it one at a time. But I'm just going to put some tape up anyways, try to get them even. They're pretty similar. Passengers a little higher, which kind of would make sense. You'd want the driver, which is more aimed at the people, to be a little bit lower, so that might be intentional, or it might just be on uneven ground. I don't know, but we're going to lower it several inches. So I'm going to tape it, and then we'll do that. Okay, we're in there. So let's see. Oh yeah, it's coming right down. Awesome. So let's bring the other one down. That's several inches lower, which honestly I think will be pretty good. So let's get this one out. Okay, let's bring this one on down. I don't know why the dog right there is wrecking its life, but just that easy. So obviously I'll need to drive it to see exactly how well that looks, but that seems about like level from, like, I mean actually the truck like kind of pointing it straight out or slightly down rather than up in the trees. So I think that's going to be a big help. Obviously there's our tape, so we dropped it 3 inches, 4 or 5, I don't even know, I can't really tell. It's weird because the light kind of like blurs into blue or purple, whatever. But yeah, so now you get blinded down here. I'm squatted down rather than it being up here where it would blind you. Obviously they're still bright as crap, but it's not going to be just like blinding them. I don't know if there's an adjustment on the fog lights, because the fog lights are pretty freaking bright. I'll turn them on. Okay, so this is just fog lights, and you see they come out pretty good. I mean, you don't want them pointing straight down, and you're not going to be able to see anything. But if we look up on the garage, so they're pretty, I mean, they're not too high. I think they'll be all right. They obviously are, a lot more angled than they came factory, but I don't think they're too much. Let's see. I mean, honestly, oh, the dog got out of the way. Honestly, unless you get way down here, the fog lights don't have that blinding effect. They're just bright. So I think, honestly, think the fog lights are fine, and I'm not even sure if there is adjustment on them, but I think I read somewhere that there's a little screw on the back as well. But yeah, so let's cut them all on, check it out. So it is just that simple. I mean, that's stupid easy. That's dummy proof right there. Anybody can go adjust that. So there's no reason for you to be blinded. And this is me squatting down at head level. So if you're in a low car, you're still getting wrecked. But this is gonna be so much better. And I can probably enjoy driving this thing at night, not worried about blinding everyone, having a head-on collision, and getting bright lighted every 3 miles. So I'm pumped. So that's what you get. You can obviously see right here is where your fog lights are coming in, and then there's obviously the 2 projector main focus. It's got a nice clean cut, and I'm pumped. So definitely, even if you're just lifted, if the factory didn't lower, or if the dealership that lifted it didn't lower them, even just a leveled truck, you're gonna wanna aim them down, because they're still going to be blinding people. Obviously, my truck being squatted a little bit, it's worse than most. But I mean, these trucks come so front low from the factory. So hopefully this video does help y'all, and it's easy as can be. I should have done this months ago, but I didn't. But now I have, and once I drive it, see if it still needs to come lower, then I'll lower it down. Well, let's throw the high beams on. I didn't even try the high beams, so completely forgot. It just shows you how little I've been using them, because they were literally up in the trees. You could see less with high beams on than with low beams, because they were pointed up so high. So that's still pretty high, but it's probably a ton lower than it was, obviously, because the low beams are a ton lower, and like compared to that truck, it's like halfway up the truck. So I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm actually pretty excited for this. So I'm gonna quit rambling. Y'all leave me some comments, leave me some feedback, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.